Then I'll put it on my YouTube channel as well.
Stop now, bro.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. So what I want to do is, before I start, I just wanted to say something. Oh, you'll have to forgive me if I'm not always looking at the camera, because I've got 3 screens. So sometimes I'm looking at the screen and the camera's in between 2 of them, if you see what I mean. I wanted to say something about this business that we're in. And I was thinking about how we have something which I would say, I want to use a word different from disadvantaged. But what I'm getting at is that, what I want to say is, because it's so much value for money, I don't want to use the word cheap, but because it's so much value for money to get on board, it's very easy to not take it seriously. So what I mean by that is that, because if you were to start a business in the conventional sense, what you would normally do is take out a bank loan and, you know, lease a property that would cost thousands of pounds, especially the licensing that's involved in the travel business. I think it's that each of these licenses, like Atoll and Apto, etc., they all cost about £10,000 each. And we're getting this for a very small monthly subscription. So because of that, there's a temptation to treat this as, although it's part-time, there's sometimes a temptation to treat it as a hobby rather than a business. Now, everyone's going to have different goals, because there are some members within this organization that their only desire or requirement is to get cheap travel. And if that's someone's desire, then that's fine. You know, it's a great way to get cheap travel. But if you're someone who's trying to build a business, then I would say have a bit of a transition in terms of your thought process, and don't fall into the trap of thinking of it as a hobby, but think of it as a business and respect it accordingly. And with that in mind, with any business, you have to be mindful that you're not going to learn everything overnight. It takes time. It takes bite sizes, and you have to be patient and consistent. And if you have that kind of mindset, then you would reap the rewards with this business. So I just wanted to say that before I get started. I myself, I work in the IT industry, and I've been doing this for just over 20 years. And as someone who works in the IT industry, I often find that I'm teaching people things. So hopefully that makes me a reasonable teacher when I go through some of the processes and some of the things people need to do if they're new to this business. So with that in mind, can anyone in the chat, if they can just type a 1 if they are new to the business and, you know, they don't yet know their way around. I'm just going to have a quick look in the chat. So if you could just type a 1 if you're brand new to the business, or you're just getting started and you're still finding your feet. Okay, that's cool. So what I'm going to do, there's a few topics that I want to cover today. So if you bear with me, I'm just going to shift this over here, and I'm going to share my screen in a moment. So let me just get that ready. So if someone can let me know if you can see my screen, my desktop. Can you see it okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, okay.
Yes.
Right, so the first topic that I wanted to cover is anyone who's a member of this organization and they're UK based, there's something that you have to bear in mind before you can do anything. So before you can book any kind of travel, either for yourself or for any kind of customers, you have to go through the GDPR process. So there's no way of getting around it. It's not the most exciting thing, but I'm afraid all of us have to do that. So, and another thing that if you're new, you might still be confused about the way that we're structured. So don't forget, it's a partnership between two organizations. There's Inteletravel, which is the main travel business itself, that's been around for 36 years. And there's Planet Marketing, which has been around for 7 years, and they deal with the marketing side of it and the affiliate marketing side of the business. So if you're new, try not to confuse the two. So what I'm going to focus on today is the travel side of the business and some of the basic steps that you have to take when you're first starting out. So the first thing you have to be mindful of is if you go to your Inteletravel back office. So let's just, let me log out and start from scratch. So right. So when you go to your Inteletravel back office, which is at inteletravel.uk. So bear that in mind if you're UK based, that's inteletravel.uk. So if you log into it, and when you log into it, you will immediately be taken to this page here. And this page here is what you might call a back office version of your website. So what do I mean by that? So as a member of Inteletravel, you automatically get, if you're focused on the travel, if you're going to be doing the travel agent side of the business, you get your own website. So it's a standard website, and the part that you can customize is the URL, i.e. the website name, and you can have you can put in your own custom picture here. I think you can change this banner as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I should also point out that I'm still learning myself, so I don't know everything. So it's an ongoing process for me as well. So when you look at your website, you see you've got this this here. So if someone was coming to your website, they register, and then they can look for various hotel deals, holiday deals, and flights, etc. So this is the customer-facing version of your website. But when you're logged into your back office, this is what you see. So if you were to go to the customer-facing website, you would have to register on your own website. So this is another way to get into it. And so there's a couple of, so as I mentioned, when you first get started, this is a good thing to get going. It normally takes less than 24 hours to be up and running. So I'm going to show you where that is. I'm going to try not to talk too fast. So I hope I'm not going too fast for everyone. Okay.
No, perfect, bro. Perfect. Good stuff.
Cool. Right. Okay. So when you first join, good thing to do quickly is to, oh, actually, no, I hope I'm not giving misinformation. I don't think you have to do the GDPR first. No. Right. So when you join, if you go here, where is it? So when you get to my agency, and then you click on my agent website. And when you go here, you've got the details that you can put in your website. So you could put in your phone number, your address if you wanted to, the email address that you're going to use for your account. And now there's one thing here that you have to be very careful of, which I've I didn't quite catch when I first did my website. So you see where you've got first name and the last name. Now, the first name and last name actually makes up the part of the web address URL, the name of your website. So for example, mine is called, so you see mine is called happytotravel.inteletravel.uk. That happy to travel is made up of what you use as your first and last name. So the mistake that I've made at one point was I put my actual name here. But when you do that, then it makes your name the name of your website, if you see what I mean. So, okay.
Sorry, good evening, everyone. My name's Arisha Bartley. I haven't had the pleasure in meeting you, Albert, yet, but I'm very much enjoying this presentation. I just wanted to add, though, I'm guessing you're in my downline.
I have no idea.
Who's your sponsor in the business?
I'm under Des.
Des, oh my God, who's Des? There's so many people in my organization. I'm not sure. I haven't met everybody.
Okay.
Who's Des under? Do you know?
He's under David. He's under David.
Oh, Director David. Oh, David's my sponsor as well. Okay, so you're part of a different team, basically. I just wanted to add, basically, where you're at now, because I'm very much on compliance.
Yeah.
Do you know where it says first name and last name? You actually have to put your actual government name there. You can't put like Happy and then Travel as the surname. Now, the system will allow it, but it's not compliant. It does definitely have to be your first and your last name there, because you're an independent agent. So obviously that's your name.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to correct that.
Ah, okay. Well, thanks. Yeah. Okay.
No problem. And you continue. Everything else you're saying is amazing.
We should link up, you know. Let me see where you are. Where you in this? Can you send me your what did you say your name was, though?
Don't worry, I'll sort it. Continue your presentation because people are listening. You go live on Facebook.
Okay, right. Okay, so my apologies for giving misinformation, but at least the correct information is within this webinar.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna have to change my business cards. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not good. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So yes. So it has to be the correct name. I'm glad you're here, actually, because yeah. So how long have you been in the business?
I've actually been in since they launched in the UK, so for the whole 7 years.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I'm a 1-star director with Planet as well. So yeah, definitely it's nice to meet people that are giving good information and sharing the value of what we have rather than just getting people signed up. So we want more people doing what you're doing right now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well,
yeah, Albert is one of our one of the leaders, man. He's doing his thing. I appreciate him.
No,
he's one of the driving force.
Well, because I think you learn. I think you learn faster if you teach.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's my experience.
Absolutely.
So although I'm not an expert, I think it's a better way for me to learn. And because I've noticed with other things I've done in the past, when you're teaching something, people ask questions, and if you don't know, you can go back and figure out how to do something. And I've learned something already, so that's cool.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah. We all learn from one another.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you thrown me off track now. So what was I going to?
I'm so sorry.
Right. Okay. So that's the website. So the other thing that I was going to say, you'd be glad to hear that I was mentioning GDPR. So you have to do as a UK resident, you have to do GDPR before you can do anything in terms of bookings. And you will find that in the training somewhere. Yeah, so you see here when you go to education, required UK regulatory training. So every UK person has to complete this. Okay, so
you come.
Sorry, say that again.
I see you completed it. That's amazing. Good. How long does it take, just in case people wondering?
How long did it take me? I think at least a couple of hours, but you can do it in bite sizes.
Yeah,
amazing. You don't have to do it all at once. I mean, when I joined, I was in a hurry to finish it, but plus I've done it before as someone in IT anyway, so I was kind of familiar with it. So, but if you've never done any kind of GDPR training, then it's worth taking your time, because it has legal implications. It's all centered around how you retain or do not retain someone's data. So it's very important to get that right. So yeah, so it's very important to do that. And okay, so I wanted to cover about 5 topics. So I've mentioned the website, I've mentioned GDPR. Now, training. So again, you remember when I said that don't expect to learn everything overnight. So there's a wealth of information that you can learn on here. So if I just go here, you've got the Inteletravel University. And within here, depending on how knowledgeable you want to get, you've got different levels of what you might call internal accreditation. So you've got Dreammaker is the starting level, then you've got Vacation Builder, and then you've got Travel Genius. I think you have to be a travel genius to be an ambassador. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. You do need to complete all of the certifications to become an ambassador.
Yeah. So, and an ambassador is someone that focuses heavily on the travel advisor side of the business And I think we have a few in the UK. There's quite more in the States. I think there's, I don't want to say how many there is in the UK, but I think there's only a handful in the UK. So
There is, yeah.
There's about 18 or so in the UK, I believe. I'm actually an ambassador in training at the moment.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, nice. So, right. So I'm studying towards Dreammaker. And in order to do that, if you you can go to, I think you can click on here to get to it. Yeah, right. So what you were seeing here is you've got various webinars and podcasts that you know that have been broadcast, and these take place several times a week. So you've got US focused webinars and podcasts, and you have the UK version as well. So I don't usually use this one because I've used it a few times, but the one I use the most is I actually downloaded the app because I've listened to podcasts while I've been commuting to work because I work part-time as well. So, and when you download the app, you will see US focused podcasts and you will see UK focused podcasts. And I think that's very useful because if you're trying to decide which travel partners to specialize in, what kind of travel advice you want to specialize, what you want your specialty to be, it's good to listen to these podcasts to get a sense of how these different organizations work. I'll point to that in a second, but let me just show you what I'm talking about. So you've got webinars, which are the they're the webinars, so you've been kind of a live Zoom type of call, and then you've got the podcasts, which are audio. So if I come to present, now these ones here, these are Dreammaker events. Now you saw when I was looking before, in order to become a Dreammaker, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have to attend at least one Dreammaker event in addition to these webinars. So, and for these webinars to be recorded, you have to watch it live. So you can register for each event and get it in your calendar as a reminder, and then watch those. Then it goes towards your accreditation to make you a Dreammaker. But as I mentioned, you have to attend at least one of these events. Some of them are virtual and some of them are in person. So when you scroll through this, you need to take a close look and make sure you're looking at the one that's for the UK. So you see you've got this one. This is a US one. This was 15th. I missed this one. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do these ones because I want to get my Dreammaker. So you see, it's a virtual UK event. Sometimes it's virtual, sometimes it's in person. So that's one thing to be mindful of when you join. And right, so that covers that. I don't want to make this last too long because it's Friday. So that covers GDPR training and what else? Okay, now let me show you the bit that probably attracts a lot of us into this business, and that is the preferred partners. Where do you go to find that? So if you look on the toolbar here, so you've got the preferred partners. So if you click on preferred partners, this is where you will see a list of the preferred partners that we have. Now, one thing that I think, because I'm kind of talking about some of the things that confused me when I was new. How does it work? So basically, it doesn't mean that these are the only organizations that we can benefit from as travel advisors, but these companies have been selected because they go out of their way to help us as Inteletravel members. So in the sense that because they're aware of us, when we reach out to them, whether it be by email or by phone, each company would have its own personality. They make an extra effort to help us because they know some of us will be new, and it's a mutually beneficial partnership. So it's in their interest to create a good rapport with us and vice versa. So this gives you an idea of the range of some of the partners that we've got. Some of them will be household names. Some of them you might not know top of your head. So you've got Carnival and whatever you can think of. So whether they specialize in cruises, skiing, we even have a company that specializes in winter wonderlands over Christmas, if I can find that somewhere. Yeah, that you've got Santa's Lapland. We have this one here. This is some of you may have seen on my social media, advertising football tickets and concerts, Beyonce, etc. This is the one that we use for that. What else do we have? We have an insurance specialist. One of the things that they say, so when you do the training, it's very important to offer insurance for the person who's purchasing the holiday or the package. You will see that as part of the recommendation. And if they were to say no, they don't want insurance, you actually have to get them to fill in a waiver form to say that they do not want insurance. So this is one of the reasons why it's very important not to rush in head first, but to take your time and make sure you understand the process before you're booking for people. So yeah, so that's the preferred partner of the section. And the other thing that I wanted to cover is, a lot of us, we've joined this because we want cheap travel for ourselves. So, we can offer competitive rates for our clients. It can be competitive, it could be cheaper, it might cost a bit more, but even if it costs a bit more, we have that 100% guarantee that we can offer. If someone finds a better deal elsewhere, we can match that like for like. That's one of the guarantees that we offer. So let's just say that.
Amazing.
Oh, that's cool. Is everything clear so far, by the way? I hope I'm not talking too fast. Is everything okay?
No, that's perfect. It's a good presentation, man, for sure. It's good.
Okay.
Like we need to do more stuff like that for people that just come in to understand.
Yeah.
And that's good for your confidence as well, which is good.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you. Right. Okay. So in terms of, let's just say you booked something for yourself. Okay. So where do I find that again? Right. So you see, so let's just say that you booked something for whatever reason, what you wanted, you couldn't find with a preferred partner, and you booked it outside. So as a travel advisor, let's just say you made that booking with whichever organization. When you make that booking, you inform them of who you are, you give your certification number, and then that would give you a better rate with that booking anyway. And then once you do that, it's up to us to make sure that within a 24-hour period, we register that booking within our back office. And so you see, that's why it says register outside booking. So within here, you would register the details. So you put in, the type, and it's very important to make sure that, you put in the date, how much it costs, etc. And there's a section here to upload any receipts, invoices, etc. associated with the booking that you've done. So, and once you've done that, you can keep track of it. As I said, I'm quite new, so I don't have much activity in here yet. So where is it? I think it's viewing my commission report. Right, okay, so I've only done a couple of things. So I went to Dublin earlier this year, and so you see that middle one there, we did, I work near Westminster, and I'm so used to seeing tourists, being surrounded by tourists, and I was the tourist. So I was on the tourist bus, and we had a tour of Dublin. So you see here, it costs the equivalent of £27, and my commission is £2.58. So, so it's not just the big stuff, it's the small stuff as well. So under this platform, if you do anything that's entertainment wise, there's a potential that you can get that commission back. So it's worth bearing that in mind. And you see that I did a flight here. So, and you see in green, it shows 50. Oh yeah, so that's due soon. And then you see estimated later on in the year. So you've got July and then June, and then this one is in May. Yeah. So that's it. Like I said, I don't want to take too long. I purposely don't want it to last more than half an hour because eyes will glaze over. So yeah, I know mine would if I was listening. So half an hour is about long enough, I'd say. So does anyone have any questions based on this? On what I've
Go on, Kristen. Go on. Go, Kristen. There, Kristen. Did you understand what we just said? Because that's more
I need
for
to practice. I need to practice so I can learn better. I know
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching them learning, but the way I'm learning the best is when I'm practicing. I'm keep doing it on my own,
Yeah,
exploring.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
He mentioned before you need to do up to the GDP and to get access to the
I did it.
website for the to get access for the website. You done that bit as well?
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
told you that before.
Yeah, we did it together. Yeah, I remember. Okay, so now, can we just run through a quick little book? Just say, for example, in the back office, you want to book
Yeah.
for a friend. Can we run through that a little bit?
Okay, like I said, bear in mind I'm not very good at this yet. So
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to be able to get Kristen to understand that because that's where our friends and family want to be booking stuff, and she needs to be in control.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a couple of ways of doing it because the best deals would be with a preferred partner, most likely. So let's just say that you were doing something with, for example,
Sorry, 1 minute here. Kristen, write that down just in case. Preferred partner, write that down. The best deal. Yeah, if you got a pen, write that down because as the only way you can remember. Yeah, go on
Okay.
now.
right. So it'd be with one of the preferred partners, and when you select whichever preferred partner.
Sorry, Albert, I was going to say, don't actually select the preferred partner though, because it will expose login details for the partner, which you can't share publicly.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you won't be able to give that example.
Okay.
But what I would say, if they want an example, you can just show a basic example of maybe the basic booking engine, just do a hotel example.
Yeah.
With the filter on the hotel, you have to be quite specific. So if it was a flight, for instance, that you were booking, and you want it to come from London, you want to specify London Heathrow or London Stansted, Gatwick, not just LON.
Yeah.
And then you'll get that come up. Again, same with hotels, try and be quite specific to the town or, the area that you want to be in. So, where I live, you could say Archway, or Wembley,
Yeah.
rather than London, because
I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to
Book
stop.
the shot. Let's book the shot. Let's have a look at the shot.
I'm going to stop the share on Facebook at this point. Then. So
Yeah.
that'd be good.
1 second. Stop live stream.
Yeah, but can you book the shot for me, please, sir?
Okay, I've stopped the live shit, and actually, I'm going to stop recording as well because I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to stop recording. 1 second. Stop recording.